Hello, hello. Welcome to DevCast Ups. Today we have Barnaby, James, and myself. Gonna pass it on to James now. Is it?
Efficient. I like it.
What? Hello. Something that, well, obviously the last stream we did was our quick and dirty, let's get IPv4 access to the internet, which means a cluster is now anyone can access and means some things are more useful. At the end of that stream, we were trying to get traffic set up and we had some issues. I don't know if you want to share my screen, but as you can see, traffic now works. It was a very simple, tiny change. I'm curious if either of you two could get to do to make it work. It took me 5 seconds. We couldn't access traffic.
It wasn't exposed publicly. Okay. Was it exposed privately?
It was exposed privately, but we couldn't connect to it via the public.
Did you need to set up the firewall rules to allow the ports?
No, I don't think so. Really?
All right.
I was going to
So
say,
we had done that. The last change we made was that change. Do you want to know what we
Apply
forgot
it.
to do? Click Terraform apply. I was doing something completely different. I was setting up. We've got another client. Spun up. I was setting up that client. Went to the Terraform and was like, "Why is there a planner pending? Firewall, like traffic firewall tag."
Perfect.
We spent a good amount of time trying to debug
Yeah,
that.
it's a solid 15 minutes.
Yeah. Anyway,
Maybe
it's not
auto
what we're doing
apply
today.
on.
Yeah.
I thought we already set up auto apply, but it's not for all workspaces automatically.
Some repos auto apply, some repos don't.
We should
So the
set up
GCP ones, because a bad apply tears down an entire system. Debatable whether that should be auto.
base Sentinel rule that just says
Yes.
if destroy has to require like a soft mandatory, so someone has to go and override it.
Yeah, that'd work. Or if destroy any of the servers.
Yeah. Protect lifecycle protection on them, but
maybe
I think that seems a bit overkill.
We don't need lifecycle. Well, we do want to destroy. We may want to bounce them. Anyway, another stream idea. At some point we can fix that. We're doing MinIO today. We're trying to set up MinIO today, and this doesn't look like it's a thing people do, or if they do, it's like questionable because there's like no documentation about it. So like GCP CSI, we're going to try and set up a MinIO CSI, and we are following in the mindset of MinIO is S3. So AWS have made a tool. So AWS have made a tool called Mount Point. Its job is to mount S3 to your boxes, by the looks of things. I have spent very little time looking at this before the stream. And that has a CSI driver. So if this works, we should just be able to mount MinIO in a like fully production. This may still be an alpha feature, but it's going to be more production than the other thing we found, which is like some person or a small group building something on the side. This is like AWS wants you to use S3 in your Kubernetes cluster. CSI can use for more than Kubernetes, but in your Kubernetes cluster. So yeah,
there's a potentially a curveball. MinIO have something called direct PV.
direct PV. But that's
not quite CSI, but maybe.
I didn't think that connected to MinIO. I thought that went through MinIO, like passed through to MinIO into the drive itself. I may be wrong.
Maybe. I think we'll try with the Amazon-based one to begin with, because I think that looks like what we want more directly. But this might be.
Yeah, I thought direct PV looked like another tool, like MinIO is a tool. I thought it was just another tool that company made. But we can find out. So we do this. How quickly do I want to do this? It's going to be easier to do this correct. It's going to be easier to do this actually correctly. I don't know what I'm thinking about. I've got none of this stuff correct. Let's close each other too, because I don't think we're dealing with the screen. Leave the screen. This is in core. No, it's Nomad core.
One day we're going to go through and naming convention of our repos. I think most of them are pretty good, actually.
I've started doing it. We are deploying the CSI at the same point we're deploying MinIO. This may cause race condition. You probably won't know because it's all just Nomad jobs and it'll sort its life out. But the end goal, it's going to need to be like tweaked differently. But I thought I would say that now before someone's like complaining at me. And then I moved the GCP CSI driver out because that was causing a race condition.
Yeah.
So we now have Nomad GCP. And all this one does is run the controls. I'm just going to steal these. Rename them to GCE. That's the name of the
Google Compute Engine.
storage. Yeah, it's the name of their storage system. It's the name of their like.
It's the
I suppose it's GCP GCE PD.
Yeah, because
is
the
like,
GC
correct
is
name.
the compute engine. I guess the persistent storage lives under compute because it's not a database. It's just
Well, yeah, it's,
drive.
yeah, persistent disk. Okay. Control first. We don't need GCP creds. I don't even think we need I don't know if we like at some point we're gonna have to cred north, but for now, I'm gonna comment this out and not worry about it. We're gonna try without auth. If we get an error going, oh, I'm not auth, then that's not a bad error. This needs to be MinIO. This one needs to be MinIO. That'll have to be MinIO because of wording. Cool. And then the image name.
It's the AWS one. Swap everything out.
Is that. And my belief about the way CSI works is that it's all I have to check. So this is MinIO. Oh, we should number these actually.
No.
Unsure why it's numbered, but maybe you want to have, I suppose the GCP one, they're authed at this level. So numbered, you could have different auth at different levels.
Also, I guess once your cluster gets large enough, you may want to have different CSI for different namespaces and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that will allow you to have unique names.
Well, you can have a CSI driver linked to somebody. So I think this is all. Oh, well, actually, no, I need to deal with this rubbish.
Rubbish. I carefully created Terraform code.
This code is fine. This code needs to be a little bit better. It's just I need to like. I don't like that. It's kind of free. It needs to be more same place, more same code, multiple places. But I also don't.
Surely.
What you say?
Just do it with locals.
Yeah, this is just passing through. This is already exploring the file. So this bit doesn't have the file, so it's like. I mean, it's fine. I don't think there is actually a better way of doing this, other than passing through the file location and then exporting it at a later date, which debatable with like how useful that makes the module.
I wonder. I'm not sure, but because they changed slightly the way the variable validation works under the hood, so you can now reference other variables in variable validation. So I wonder if you could use a variable in a variable. No.
I don't know. I mean, we can do it, I'm sure at some point.
Yeah, the quick way around it would just be to put a local above the block that took in one and then.
Oh, I never actually committed this code. I forgot when I talked about this to one of you two earlier. I'm just going to.
I think Raleigh was asking about it earlier in the week. and it was like, oh, we just looked at it on GitHub, and it was like, it's not there.
Oh yeah, that was last week, isn't it?
Oh, at some point we need to update our versions of Terraform in TFC.
What are we on
I
currently?
have kind of made the decision that 1.6. The last repo I looked at the other day was 1.6.4.
Let's get to 1.11.
1.11's not yet. We don't want to be on the alpha features. That sounds like a bad idea.
I wonder when, looking forward to TFC being properly integrated into the rest of the cloud.
It's so nice. It's going to be a pain, but it's going to be very nice.
Oh, the migration is going to be horrible. But once that's done,
delete all your workspaces, start again.
Lots of work for us. Business will be booming.
I saw an email saying there was a blog post that replicated TFE is getting its last update in November.
This November or last November?
This November.
Oh,
so the old school way of deploying TFE is going away.
Have you actually looked at chip before, Barnaby?
No, I haven't done any of the certified implementation.
Oh no, I mean, what, like, you can just go through the courses without actually doing the certification, because that's how I found out about replicated as well. But I never actually got to deploy anything, so
I deployed it once locally, and
that's it.
It was definitely a thing.
I think, I remember getting a VM and not have tried to do it locally using VirtualBox on a company laptop, and had 16 gigs of RAM and couldn't give enough to the VirtualBox to spin it up. I was like, oh.
The fact now it's a Docker container with a Postgres backend. Okay, that should be MinIO deployed.
Surprised they didn't use the Raft database for it.
Oh,
recovering. Damn. Read this.
Run node service, not okay, fine. But that, I mean, that's fine. We actually have errors now. So node ID. Oh, we don't care about endpoint. So this looks like I can't specify whether it's a node or a controller. Oh my God, stop. Damn it. Which is probably fine. So let's.
At least we've got all the flags now.
Yeah. Yeah, what I've been vaguely looking for at the same time is being like, is there a endpoint URL or any of that sort of stuff, which doesn't look like it. So my assumption is we just don't have to worry about.
There's dash endpoint.
That's a CSI endpoint. Yeah. I mean, like AWS endpoint, because this by default is going to talk to s3.amazon.com, and we need to at some point we're going to have to be no MinIO, please. Hopefully when we create the volume. Okay, so let's run. So it's this stuff that doesn't work. There's a chance we have to run this as monolith. But we can see what happens.
I don't think we have any monolith jobs.
No, sorry. It's within the CSI. You can either it can either be controller node or monolith. Monolith, it's like I'm a controller and a node. I didn't say that. because these are now the same,
Yeah.
except the like Nomad side. Oh, let's add these.
With sort of the CSI running in monolith, we just have the one instance on our sort of management node. And it has to,
No, it would need to it needs to run on it needs to run on every client still.
everything that consumes it, I guess.
Yeah, because to be able to mount the drive onto what is being used, it needs to be like on the box.
We're slowly getting below. So I wonder if there's although I imagine this doesn't use that much resources.
Well, at this point, like the GCP CSI, that one if we're deciding that only runs with MinIO, then we can do some fancier things to make it so that only runs on a few of the clients.
Yeah.
And kind of we can then start being sensible at like how this works and how this runs. But these are tiny jobs. It's just how much you reserve for them.
All of the host.
If all the host gets storage, you then can't do anything else. It'll be glorious.
You spin up another host.
And then fill that one with storage. These are now covering.
You could definitely write an orchestrator in a way if you give it the wrong node.
Node ID is required.
If you give it like the wrong node size and you needed like a base of other things, if it got like the threshold for scaling another node into the pool and it just kept on infinitely scaling them because they're all forward based stuff.
I mean, it's easy to do. Like it's. Okay, that's how you get your node ID. I just want to. So these need node IDs, which are that one. Let's try again. Do a heathen AM.
Slowly, it's rubbing off the bad practices.
I'm then gonna get to the point where I'm not going to modify the file. It's going to be an untracked file, and then I'm going to be confused. I'm just going to check that the format of node ID is how I expect. This is node dash ID. Let's make sure we're doing. Oh my god, that one. I should have just
copy and paste. It's always the way.
Then I've got to go back to the like old allocation. No dash ID.
Pull the container locally and just run man against it and have it in the background.
I'm fine. I don't care. Well, hopefully I don't care that much. Hopefully I don't need to care that much.
It's been a while since I've done Docker deving locally.
That's all I've been doing recently. It's been fun.
I said Nomad now. Also the Docker on this computer as well. I don't know what I've done, but like either the Docker. Oh well, I don't have Docker. I've decided I'm just going to start using Podman when I can. But yeah, Podman just doesn't work.
That brings me to the question of your Raspberry Pi then, because I was contemplating, because so far on my machine is just Podman, but then I was like, for Raspberry Pi, do I really want to try? So I just went down.
It's running Podman.
So I'd say getting a Pi to run Podman, there must be plenty of docs on that.
Or there's some Ansible code which installs Nomad and Podman at the same time. Who would have thought?
Heresy right there. Using code already written.
Bear in mind, my code was written a long time ago. So
Your code was written a long time ago.
that was even
I
before I knew about
luckily
HTTP secrets.
have waited until we've even automated the bootstrap. So I've just been able to take our code, make some small tweaks, and now I have Podman up. I realized I deployed these modules incorrectly because I've deployed them as private modules, which is because our account got upgraded to Plus because I asked nicely and we haven't made use of it because everything expires and goes away. But I've deployed the modules incorrectly. I want to make them public modules because then I can use them. So
At some points, we'll use all the fancy features.
You thought you didn't upload.
Did you apply?
That is a good question.
I didn't
Didn't
say.
Oh man, what happens when you're too fast?
I do mull over every time I do that about updating VS Code to save automatically when I click off a window.
The amount of time you guys have made me look silly by just, I'm like, oh, this is not working, and then one of you comes like, have you saved? And then there's
But
that
first step, if you're ever debugging someone else's code, is the circle there in VS Code. The reason why I don't turn autosave on is most of what we're doing is with clients, and any of that auto stuff, I just know I'm going to get to a client and it's going to be like, you're not allowed that feature. Why is this not think there's a change happening?
Is it just being a bit slow?
It could be.
What was your commit message? Fix dash in node ID.
No, mine just like something with hyphens. Oh, yeah, mine's fixed hyphen and node ID. Yeah, that's the last.
Sometimes you just have to run it again. I've had that.
Yeah, that's my only one. I'm sure it would have like done it at some point.
Nope. I have experienced it where I just waited, nothing happened. So I just ran it.
I guess if it misses the webhook.
Yeah.
I kind of want to write some Sentinel policies with all the messing around and Terraform we're doing. It's been a while.
This is like the second or third time you're mentioning Sentinel.
I know, it's on my mind.
He's got the
worried.
I want to be secure.
Oh no. Oh gosh. You have to look. Actually, you're right. We should probably do a screen on Sentinel as well. Since now we can actually add it to our stacks.
I probably won't be able to drive that one.
I
mean, I can.
I've had previous experience.
I know very little about Sentinel.
He says that, but then I know before the stream. Oh yeah, guys. So I've looked at Sentinel. We could do it this way and that way.
I was showing some of my old Sentinel code to someone when I was first writing it. And he was like, why did you do this? And I was like, because I need to do that. He's like, if you restructured it into this way, I was like, yeah, that would make a lot more sense. But this needed to be done
quickly.
And it worked.
Yeah, towards the end, I saw that as well. I noticed that for my code as well.
This might be more complicated than it should be.
Wait, what? It needs Kubernetes?
No, it needs a service host and service port. I don't know what these mean. This is the these probably aren't Kubernetes things. They're probably cluster things, but I don't know what these mean in this context.
Would it not be? I wonder if it's either going to be the MinIO cluster, but my intuition would be the Nomad host it's running on.
That'd be my assumption.
Would it be the controller? Because that'd be the Kubernetes control plane. Is it trying to interact with that?
Or is it? Oh no, this is probably going to mount to a pod. This makes it seem like it's going to interact with Kubernetes itself, which is not what the CSI should be doing.
I wonder if they've wrapped it with an additional layer.
God, I was hoping this was. I mean, I thought this was going to be annoying. I didn't think the annoying bit was going to be it really wants Kubernetes. I mean, I can set them. Like, I can definitely set some values and see what the response is. I am now at the point where I'm going to run in cluster. Just to
That makes more sense. Just do it. You just lose auto comment and auto comment.
Well, it's just going to be faster.
No, it's understandable.
I guess we're trying to mount this to MinIO, so there's not a risk that we're going to accidentally wipe that drive.
Yeah, no, this lives in a different world, which is quite nice. What are these? These are equals.
Yeah, all of that is blur. One day we will need to fix this part.
Oh, is it blurry?
Yeah, I don't think it's your fault. Yeah.
So when we get an office and we sit in the same room and have very fast internet so we can stream in 4K.
One gig up,
I mean, if we're sitting in the
gig
same room,
down.
it's slightly easier. No, Bambi's got a big enough house. Just crash at his.
Wait, you call that a house? That's not a house.
That's
a mansion.
Mansion's freestanding.
He has a
Oh,
house.
sorry. Wait, and what's yours?
It's a terraced house.
It is a normal in most parts of the country. His house is normal sized.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It really wants to mess with like console and like not console Kubernetes, in like a non-CSI. CSI wants a token file.
Give it a nomad token maybe, or just give it an empty file and see what it does.
Yeah, it's airing the file doesn't exist, so I was just going to template a file. Oh my god! I'm trying to save now. God damn it!
Yeah, that's the right time to save.
Well, this is what messed up my like saving tick that I got during uni. Is I'm doing web-based stuff, so I can't just Control S.
Cannot create a cluster. No such file type.
No, that's the old.
Yeah, that's the old.
old.
Yeah, that actually used to mess me up a lot because when I was trying to set up my own cluster and I was doing stuff, I keep seeing that. I'm like, wait, and then you see it hasn't actually picked up. Now it has. Still.
Same error though.
No,
There's also
no. But that's still. I think that's still the old one. No, 33. Yeah, no, my bad.
Yeah, no. I saw it. I saw it ping.
Why is it saying? So does it not recognize the new template file?
No, you can't template like that. Oh god, I don't think this is going to work. Like this file's actually gonna be really awkward to like mess with. So do we want to try the other?
Yeah, give the other way a go, see if that works any better.
I'm just going to. I mean, the blog post they did was 1.2 RC1, and now they're 1.1. So they've last touched this 3 years ago.
Fun. I'm just trying to think.
I mean, might as well. It's just the like loss of data part. He's like, oh, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's go to the. Where's the image stored? Docker?
Yeah, it was a Docker image.
Which means I need the proper Docker URL. Traffic Docker, traffic Docker. Oh no, it's not Docker library, it'll be Docker slash. Oh, need to make sure I edit the file. Don't need any of this rubbish anymore. I was really curious because on their GitHub they don't talk about a RC version of the thing.
Is it in the tags? 1.1.1. Yeah, there is a RC. 1.2.0 RC.
Docker. Searching the wrong part of Docker. Oh wow. There's lots that have been. Oh, there's one that's updated too. I'm just looking at like Docker CSI. This is the best match. 1 million downloads because Hashi blogged about it. I mean,
downloads.
if I can find one that's like forked off it, that like seems better. I mean,
Things I guess if AWS has released the
their own thing for Kubernetes, why would anyone care about
Kubernetes.
this? Okay, let's do best match. I mean, 1 million people have downloaded it. I'm sure it's fine. There's only 47 issues. Oh, last opened was like, does someone need new maintained? Oh, there are people that are like interested in it, but they're probably going to go and like do their own thing. So cool. Do we want to try the RC2 one? Probably.
Yeah, may as well. The main one says it's not prod ready, so we may as well use the RC.
Yeah, if it's not pod ready, having an RC is a bit. Okay, this should be all we need. Plan. one. This one's the non-hyphen node ID.
In fairness, they're different authors, so less of an issue with inconsistency in flags. Invalid endpoint.
I also want it to not be single node. Oh, wait, that's like debug version, but might as well try and make this close. Unix / and then this is talking about a stage publish based, but that's I don't think that matters. Oh, that looks happy. Storage, plugins, MinIO,
That's good.
healthy controller.
Oh, hold on.
Now, before we do anything else,
I don't have the sound thing.
actually pull this
We need the
definition
sound
up.
thing for when something works.
I have an old like pad somewhere from years and years ago. I don't think it's programmable, but I could probably get something to program where I could have like the air horn on the little button.
I mean, I have a Stream Deck. I could just make that work.
Yeah, but because you tend to stream all the time, so
Okay,
me and Barnaby.
don't care about that. This doesn't need Volt because it looks like the MinIO auth is done on volume creation, unlike GCP, which does it on controller. So, and then I need node, which means I need image v5 node ID. Yeah, that should be all we need. Do I have like, no. I have like a lot of aliases, I think. But
I don't really mess with any Git
That's
aliases. I think the only one on Terraform gets aliased a lot on client side because of the weird way Windows handles, the weird way they have path set up.
yeah. Yeah, when I first got into Terraform, I was like TFI, TFA, TFP, and then I started a client and I was like, I'm not going to set any of this up on my client, so this is a waste of time.
Do you not got your little like bash script that will set up that you have in the Git repo that you just pull and it sets up all of your aliases for you yet?
I mean, I do, but not for Windows. I can pretty much set my Mac up from scratch, run it to like the way I want it. Running a bash
I
script.
bet you differ because remember, you have not gone onto the same system we all are. Once you're on that, you can't.
What? I'm not on ARM yet.
Wait,
It should still run. It's just installing packages and setting up bash like config files.
I think you need admin right now for almost everything you do.
Yeah, there's a button to request admin that gives you admin.
But you don't have to do that currently, right?
Yeah.
Oh, fair.
I don't. I've got the weird broken one.
I've not set myself up an account that I shouldn't have. Mr. Name's too long.
Just breaking install. It was actually Docker that I have no idea where in Docker it uses your username, but somewhere it does. And a username I had on the laptop was too many characters for that bit, and it broke.
Wait, you have Docker installed?
On a company laptop.
Yeah. I mean, yes, you do.
Yeah. Got a license for it and everything.
I missed that boat.
You can still ask if you need it.
I'm used to Podman, so it's fine. No issues. But when I really needed it, I was panicking.
I'm curious if this is actually going to run through. TFC seems to be, well, it's either TFC or
It's our agent.
our agent.
Do we need the agent anymore?
No.
But our default is the agent. The TFC
Oh,
agent
look at
has
that.
failed.
That memory usage.
Whoa, damn. Wait,
It's the
can I see
default
the
agent,
definition?
not-
Let's see the definition real quick. Oh,
It's the
like
plan.
Nothing.
nice.
Hey, look, plan finished.
So it might be like at its max, but it will still work. It won't crash.
Oh, it's it'll just be speed limited.
That's okay.
But we don't
can-
need any. We don't need any more.
Yeah, we don't need it that agent.
Oh,
I mean, it's fine.
yeah, because it won't burst for the memory, but it will burst past the CPU.
Yeah.
Made it to 400% allocation for the.
400% allocation.
Recovery.
So that's the controller's now happy.
Oh, this is on 1.93. Okay. My nomad is way behind this.
Well, no, you're not today.
Yeah, but I should definitely be on at least on one.
Oh, I missed the double slash for Unix.
We did a version bump stream a while back. I can't remember. When we did day 0, we didn't update any versions there, but I think sort of towards the end of last year we went through and upgraded everything.
Hmm.
And did it the real cowboy way of just hitting go and seeing what happens.
Full forward. It's the way to go.
Yeah, man.
It's very different to clients where I'd spend a day probably meticulously reading through patch notes.
Oh, look. A healthy MinIO.
Do we have anything that we can easily bind to it?
Well, next thing we do is create a volume. And then, yes, we do. So let's create a volume. And let's do this in a test manner. Actually, no, I don't need the provider. Test CSI. And then code Terraform Hashi workload. So this is a GCP volume. So this is like the base, base what GCP cares about. So this is what we'll kind of, well, it's mostly the same. So we'll base it off. Donate accounts, namespace is going to be core. Volume ID can be test vol. Name test. It's the guide I'm looking at is hyphenated. Some of you are hyphenated. Capacity min
10.
would be like 1 GB. I'm a little bit worried about how big the MinIO storage currently is.
How big is the MinIO storage current? Is it not 10
I don't know.
GB?
Well, yeah, so I don't use all of it.
Oh, you're creating the MinIO thing, yeah.
Yep. And then I don't need any of the topology requests.
Before we go with the life
This
cycle as well.
uses. Oh, so secrets is a map. I'm just going to copy this.
Oh,
And then parameters equals. I'm just going to copy it. So this uses S3 fuse to mount. The problem with fuse, and I think that's why data, they can't guarantee data, is S3 fuse is a sync system. So you sync to S3 and then sync back every so often. So if you kill the container in the middle of a sync, or if you have two systems dealing with the same thing, it handles merges, but merges can happen. So I think that's the issue. And if there's a way, and it may be worth us, if this doesn't work, it may be worth looking at how we can get, if mount point is possible to work with MinIO by itself.
And if so, how hard it would be to build a CSI drive on top of it.
Yeah.
But that can be a job for maybe off stream, because that sounds like a lot of work. So, yep. Right, so this
Fun.
I set the config to I set the config here it's not specified Docker.
So it worked for the node that has Docker.io set up. Didn't work for, that's already put the image. It didn't work for the one that hadn't already put the image.
No, I didn't want to add the thing. With that, sorry, don't approve it.
If someone you can apply
Yeah.
it and watch it through, it would be
Barnaby.
appreciated.
that was my HashiCorp plug.
Why have you got an alarm on it?
No, so remember I got this doc that you helped me look at, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, so now it's plugged in, set it up, but I think while I was setting it up, the time I set it up is the same time the alarm comes on. So yeah, I accidentally set up the alarm. Just haven't really figured out how to stop it. Like,
So this bit, the like how we get the username password in. I mean, how we configure MinIO as a whole is probably something we have to deal with. But this should, in theory, work.
so we can't do it as an environment variable.
We can. There's lots of things we can do. Currently, I just want to see if this works. And these creds are in this document in plain text already. Actually, I don't know if they are. They may be added to Vault manually, but it's fun.
Yeah.
I think I added them to Vault manually.
They're certainly in this. Certainly in this document commented out by themselves. So it's fine for now.
No worries.
That's still behind our Cloudflare.
Yeah.
So it's okay to just be sharing secrets then.
Well, not really, but it's definition of secret.
Yeah.
It's something that we can regenerate.
We're still in the like testing phase.
Sorry, what just errored?
I clicked something and it's not letting me apply this plan. Are either of you? Oh, by like.
If I hit the button, does it go?
Have you been logged out?
Yeah, there we go. No.
Oh,
Just I was looking at it at the same time.
okay. I was just about to log in.
Acquired lock.
Well, it's because this last one's applying, which is fine. This one should like.
It's going to be successful first, because then the nodes will be up and happy.
Maybe this won't max out the agent again. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, really satisfying like ramp.
Should we just bump it up a little bit?
No, we should move away from the agent.
Ooh, no, it's okay so far.
It hit 100%.
Yeah. And it's now finished the apply and it's planning. No plugin ID.
Well,
No, that's not it, that one. This one. Oh, MinIO 0.
Ramp and then drop on that.
It's amazing how like steady it is. I don't know.
Look at that.
Just the way the things would cache.
I assume it data pointed here, data pointed at the top. And it wasn't just like, let go!
Perfect linear expansion. And I guess it caught it when the plan finished, and then you see the applied trigger.
Yeah. What is the log line going? Yeah, mine is less fancy. But also it doesn't go back as far as you did, so I think this is only showing what I have open. It's not like caching and pulling data, but yeah, definitely pinned it from memory. Makes someone like Hashi must use for this stuff. Like,
we get it for free.
I mean, you do have limits, but yeah.
More than enough to run my home lab.
Fine. So this should appear as a thing here. Come, oh, the nodes failed. Oh, I didn't edit the.
Did you not do the node ID?
No, I missed the double. No, I did. Oh, that's the one. This one. Fix that. Edit that one. Well, so that says it's created.
yeah, has fully created.
Yes. Test it. Wait, it
No,
says
it's
unhappy.
It's
Unhealthy.
going. It's going. Don't worry about it. Oh, I've not deployed my thing. Okay.
The file explorer.
Yeah, I'm just going to run my file explorer. So, this one source is going to be
Test.
test vol. Oh my god. You need to be namespace is going to be core. File system, and then
Sorry, I can't see anything right now, but my question there is in regards to like which folder does it go into when it's in the volume? Is it just gonna be root?
just this should mount root.
Okay.
But if we log into MinIO itself, so in MinIO, we have our test file,
Okay.
which has a CSI FS. So this looks like some data that the CSI provider has given.
Yeah.
And then when we load the file browser, this one is admin. Oh,
Apparently not.
just typing it on.
Change your password.
Location can't be reached.
I've done something silly in this one. I am telling it to go to, yeah, it's my bad. Yeah. I was telling it to go to a mounted directory. I don't remember if this keeps its, no. Port changes every time, obviously.
That's why we need traffic.
Hey, console first.
So here's everything. I mounted Foundry. So this is the mounted directory.
It was lonely, yeah.
Do I have
like
something I can upload that's not like stupid?
Surely anything you upload.
Sure, I'm going to upload my wallpaper. This is the wallpaper I use for everything. And if I go MinIO, CSI, it's there. Look, just like that. It's like magic. So this is a way in MinIO. So at a high level MinIO, obviously you would never give a user access to this, but for like admin and debugging, we can access it. We'll have a volume folder per CSI mount, and then for the users, if they ever want to access their drives, you have something like file browser, which you wouldn't mount / you would mount at the mounted volume. So you just have what they need.
So next time we shouldn't do a file browser per job then.
So that's the benefit of MinIO. We can actually deploy a file browser job for every other job. So we don't have to have, so within the Factorio, I've made it so it's a file browser.
You'll have to, once you get to the place you're looking for, just stop there for a second, yeah?
Yeah, so it runs a file browser job.
Just wait, hold on.
Is it still taking a while?
Fine for me. It's coming through.
Yeah, it's coming through
as well.
Really.
Okay, yeah.
All right, cool.
And so this adds 30 lines. So it's like a 200-line file. Like the end user shouldn't have to care there's a file browser. They should just be able to access it. So by default, like I want to deploy Factorio. By default, if I go to factorio-filebrowser.devcastops.com, it should take me to my file browser without having to like worry about it. Like I would like to give like a package of things with most of our like game jobs or most of our standard jobs. which help us debug and help us use it without like, oh, we want a logging thing. Granted, logging I think may actually have to be part of it, but it's kind of try and make it so this file can be tiny, or you have to template it and then you ask for the bits that you care about and then pre-populate the rest of it. But the file browser separately is quite good. Yeah. So we've got, I don't know, we're using 7 gigs of 50 gigs. I don't know where that number comes from. Yeah, it's
50 gigs is the size of the Nomad server drive, boot
maybe
drive.
doing its full boot drive.
Yeah.
That's deceiving.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a way we can make that number more like useful. I don't know if I edit this and put this to just/foundry.
Did we declare a limit in that job then? Is that why?
What do you mean limit? As in like
Storage limit.
no, the storage is just the volume has a limit. The CSI volume you've attached has a limit. I don't know if
Yeah.
MinIO in itself has limits.
I don't think so.
Buckets. That one. No, it doesn't look like it. Oh, there's quotas. So we could enable it. Probably, I don't think S3 has quotas, so that's very much of a MinIO thing.
Tell people to limit their object store.
Well, yeah, S3 just wants all your money, so it would never request you to add quotas.
I guess with MinIO, because it's meant to be sort of self-hosted, you'd have disk sizes that you may care about.
0 out of 256 terabytes. I don't think this
Bind it
understands.
to.
I was about to say, wait, is that what you committed us to?
No. This is probably the maximum number that it can show. So it's probably just like, I don't know what I'm doing, so it's showing the max. I think there's a way you can set within here.
So wait, it
But
doesn't.
it's cool because
It doesn't even recognize your wallpaper as like the kilobyte or something.
In terms of 256 terabytes, that is essentially 0.
yeah, this is
Yeah.
0%. But also, I think this is just like it doesn't understand, which you shouldn't. Like it's blob storage. But I like this site this thing can do a lot. Got branding as well.
All right
Ooh.
then, Barnaby, get to work.
Can have our own storage branding interface.
Yeah, man.
But I mean, I don't know.
If we ever go public, or expose this to the public, then probably worthwhile.
I would love to get to a point where where we're happy with our systems, that if we wanted to, we could let someone spin up a game server via our Nomad stuff. Just because thinking about that means we're going to build a system that's actually usable without like, oh, I'm just going to SSH into the box and then sudo to root and then go to the allocation where the file's mounted and then mess with things because something went wrong. I don't want to have to do that, which is why file browsers are good. MinIO is useful. But if you want to do MinIO for Grafana and monitoring as well, we're going to have to deal with how we actually admin MinIO on top of the volumes.
That's a project for another stream, I feel.
Yep.
Definitely.
I just want to say a massive thank you. Shout out to everyone that joined us today. It was a successful stream. We managed to get done everything we set out to. So until next time, don't forget to follow us on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube and click the like button on YouTube as well. Yeah, until next week. Bye.
Ring that
Don't
bell.
forget the bell.
What
Bye.
bell?
Bye.
Which bell?